I've been working with iOS 18 beta for maybe 4 or 5 days. I do not recommend using it unless you're an Android user. If you came from Android, then the experience is roughly the same, buggy and inconsistent. But if you're an iOS user, and especially someone who's sensitive to animation glitches and just weird apparitions popping up for whatever reason, then this is not going to be for you. But there's nothing functionally wrong with the phone. I can make phone calls, I can text, I can do everything that I would normally do. It just kind of works like an Android phone. Now, as far as features are concerned, I think that the iOS 18 rather, is doesn't really make a difference. Unless Siri and Apple AI and ChatGPT is going to be absolutely incredible. This is something that it's okay. It's just okay. Calendar, I think, is pretty cool that it now integrates reminders. So for those who like to have their reminders and their calendar kind of mix, and you can shift dates around and do all that stuff, like, hey, buy milk tomorrow morning, you put in your reminders, you can kind of go to your calendar app and move that around and stuff like that. So I think that's really cool for productivity. I'm sure there's YouTubers out there that can focus more on that. I think that's great. Notes is pretty much the same. People mentioning the calculator, so if you write, it'll automatically do that. That's cool, that's novel, but I don't think that's any faster than just doing it in the calculator. So again, novel. I think it's all right. I'm looking at the calculator, so you can actually just like write in there. You can see all your history too, which is kind of cool. But I think you have this feature that everyone is talking about, and that's your ability to like make the icons. Let me just lower the brightness just in case I don't do B-roll for this video for whatever reason. I decide not to. So you can tint all your icons, which it's not the worst thing in the world. I think there are going to be some really ugly iPhones out there. And then people who are not super into this stuff are going to get into it when it comes out, and they're going to set it to green and then leave it like that forever. And you're going to be like, dude, why are your icons lime green? So that's probably going to happen. Aside from that, you can also make the icons a little bit bigger, but you know, people on Android are going to be like, oh, we've had it for such a long time and it's so much better. You guys are just copying. Like, who cares? It's not even something that a lot of people care about. If you care about it, great. You can change the icon color. Wow. It's incredible. You can change the icon color. My world is shifted. It's kind of boring. I think skip iOS 18. I'm going to go back to 17 because it's probably better. And wait for Apple Intelligence and all that stuff. So yeah, I would skip iOS 18. I think the more intriguing, honestly, update is for Apple TV 4K because it has voice enhancement for like movies and stuff like that. So I think that's really cool. iPad, it might be a little bit more interesting. So some of those calculator improvements are kind of novel on iPad, but I see that kind of wearing out real fast. Then watchOS, no one has a Vision Pro. They all returned them after they bought them because it sucks. Anyway, so that's my review of iOS 18. It's a huge skip. And if you're not someone who's into customizing and doing all that, or reminders, then yeah, skip for now. Wait for Apple Intelligence, see what's happening there, and I think you're going to have a better experience with something like that than you are with everything else that's coming to iOS 18.